the place called the Ivanhoe Crossing. We're going to cross now. It's one of the roads that leads onto the Gibb.
Oh Lord, I see what brings me here. It's a mother to all my wandering.
I'm Andrew St Pierre White. Join me as I share my passion for building four-wheel drive trucks and then travelling to the remotest parts of the world.
This stretch here is going to be the last on sealed surface for a while. Kununurra is a small town at the head of the Gibb River Road. Gibb River Road is one of the most well-known roads in the Kimberley, and we are going to be hitting that road from tomorrow for a week.
Addressed to Kimberley, the PO Box 509, Central Post Office, Moscow.
Kangaroo. They're absolutely suicidal. Easy to repair, but they run into car. They're suicidal. They just, you know, I saw it for a split second. Hate hitting animals. And so my conclusion, these are our little whistles that are supposed to, I've got two of them on the card, one here, emit a loud, a high pitch whistling sound that doesn't work. It's supposed to scare off roos. Oh well, end of that review. Don't waste your money.
In the far northern reaches of Western Australia, the winding road takes us high over the shipping centre of Wyndham.
Wyndham is the most northerly port in Western Australia, and it was developed in 1885 after finding gold in the Halls Creek area. But this below us here is actually a cattle and iron ore port. It's not functioning as it once did, but over the years, over 2 million cattle were processed down there, and the shipping can come, big ships can come right through from the Timor Sea right down here and load up with cattle, and most of the cattle were sold to the United Kingdom.
And not far away is the small town of Kununurra.
The town of Kununurra is really the gateway to the Kimberley, with the bustling airport and shuttle service for taking tourists into the Kimberley, as well, of course, a very large campsite which is on the banks of the lake. We're going to take a break here, clean ourselves up before we hit the Gibb River Road tomorrow. We are finally on the Gibb River Road, and well, this is one of the hallmarks of the Gibb. Lots and lots of river crossings. So that is the most iconic view of the Gibb.
It looks fantastic with the three vehicles going down the hill with the rangers in the background.
So we got a bit of time, and so we thought let's make the most of it and try and find a camping spot, maybe next to the river or on the river, but it is tidal. So we have to take that into consideration, and by the look of it, tide is quite low at this time. So here's the challenge. We can't camp too close to the edge of the river because of saltwater crocodiles and the fact that Jeremy's on the ground, so we would have to get away. And as you can see around me, not an easy place to find a campsite that's going to work really well for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly the drone, and we know that there is a similar track running along the river on the other side, but the other side, the bank, is a little steeper than this. So maybe we can find a place like right over there for example, that where we can actually find a safe place to camp on the edge of the river.
Jeremy has been flying photographic drones for almost a decade, so I'll get him to do the hard part.
75 meters. I'm up a ways. I'm probably too small to see. I'm going to go across the river.
Okay, go across.
Looking at
Okay,
you.
can you cross the... Okay, I'm just talking about over there.
Okay, got it.
That bank over there, that bank there, and that bank there. There are 3 areas where it's clear of trees,
Okay,
and it looks like a sandy
I'm
bank.
going to do a quick recording because this looks cool.
Okay, that sandbank there looks promising, doesn't it?
So I can spin around in a moment. So I'm gonna go down the river a little bit. Now look on your screen.
Yeah.
Downriver a little more. There's actually a flat spot.
Okay.
That's nice. There's a bird going through frame. That's really cool.
To see us.
We're going to be on the right side.
We'll be on the right-hand side of the screen.
You can see your car now.
Oh yes, there you go.
I'm going to keep going where I'm going. I've got a line on the crossing start on the other side.
Okay.
So I'm just going to fly by.
Okay.
There's the logs or rocks in the water.
So crossing back across to go and find the track leading down the river. God, it's beautiful. Look at that. So now on the track on the other side of the river. Okay, that's easier going. This side. I've never done that before. I've never used a drone before to recce a campsite. How good is that? The blessing and the curse of travelling in Australia. Because overland and outback travel is so popular, you do get lots of vehicles. But because you get lots of people doing this, tracks like this have been made. People want to come and camp next to the river. If four-wheel driving and this kind of touring was not popular, these tracks plain wouldn't exist. So, and the chances are we will be completely alone next to the river. Oh, what do you reckon? Is this the place?
Yes, we saw.
Is this what we saw? It looks very good.
I think it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it's all right.
Okay, go. All right.
Oh, it's a better camera. Bloody hell, you're covering it. Yeah. It's swimming in the stuff.
Look, there's no flies. There's no flies, mate. Hey?
Yes, but can you breathe?
Good, no.
You'll be right. A couple of drinks.
Oh man, that is like.
Look, there's no flies.
Let's give it. Let's see how long it lasts. 1007.
There's no flies.
Plenty of flies.
Hey.
Look, they're all over you.
Yeah, it's coming back. They're coming back.
Why?
Actually, it is. It actually is.
I wash.
It actually is better than it was. It really is for the moment. There's been this little. This is a big change, but it may be because there's a cloud of gas around it right now from that spray.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact that it's getting dark and the flies are starting.
So we're doing a test in the middle of the part where they all go away anyway.
Yes.
So if we keep spraying things until it's dark, it'll work perfectly.
By the time all these things are completely empty, there won't be a single fly.
There will also not be any sun.
What were you talking about?
He's making stuff up.
I forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
Yeah. What does this short-term, long-term conversation have to do with me anyway?
Do you find it difficult making decisions? Well, at least. Really gorgeous. Well, the flies have gone away. They are actually making things quite unpleasant, but what a place to find ourselves. There are campsites along this river, public campsites, but you can't get better than this. Well, good morning and welcome to our little spot on the Pentecost River. We'll be continuing down the Gibb today, probably earlier than we would have liked because the flies have already arrived and it is yet to reach 5:30. This is such a beautiful spot. And the river crossing that we'll be doing this morning is the, of all of the places in the Kimberley, it's the most photographed, and that is the river crossing at the Pentecost, which of course is what we did yesterday, but we'll photograph it this morning. Well, I found myself this morning taking refuge in my vehicle. Interestingly enough, there are a lot of flies out there, but very few in the cab. A few, but very few in the cab. So I can leave the door and get shelter. It's intolerable out there. I have to wear a net for it to be bearable, and then I can't eat my breakfast cereal, can I? Okay, back in the car again, far earlier than I would have liked. The best part is the evenings and the early mornings as the sun comes up and everything, but the flies are just intolerable. So we will continue on the Gibb today, and Chris has come up with a couple of ideas of things that we can enjoy and do. I'm just hoping the flies don't become a menace during the whole trip. I'm beginning to think, and I have to be completely honest with you, I'm beginning to think that outback trips, expeditions in Australia, certainly Western Australia, June, July. You have to wait for the cold spell. So when we were in Birdsville last year, they said that the flies were extreme because they had late rains and it hadn't got really cold yet, because the really cold weather kills the flies. I think that's the secret, because it's May. May's not a good time. I don't believe May is a good time. Of course, I'm learning because I'm new to Australia. This is my third big trip that I've done, and the second one that has been plagued with flies. Right, can you hear that beeping? That is my left rear tyre. For the second time on this trip, my tyre pressure sensor warning indicator is giving me a warning of a tyre that's going flat. It's saying it's this tyre, and I can see it's going flat.
Yep.
Definitely going flat.
Right here.
Can you see it?
I can hear it. James.
Let me just turn the
tread. It's right here. In between the tread.
Okay, I'm going to try and put a temporary seal in there.
Okay.
If I move it forward,
This
rotate it to this point.
This is the point right here.
Okay.
I don't think it'll seal it.
Is it just a...
It's in between the tread, but we could plug it and it would be
try
full.
and plug it. I'm going to move it forward so we can get to it easily. Tell me when to stop.
Actually, back up, actually.
Where is it? Where's your hand?
Hand is here.
Okay, I need to go even lower. I need space. I need a lot of space.
Yep. Okay.
You say it's a sharp rock.
Very sharp rock. And the pieces of it have just come right, it's actually gone, it's literally gone through a tread into the flat of the tire. Not into the flat of the tire, but through the tread into the tire. That's how sharp the rocks are out here. Plug it back. See the challenge?
Yeah. We need to try and put one more in there.
Let's try one more.
I think it's done it. I think we might have succeeded.
Nothing but unlucky on that, because the rock was a thin shard straight into the top of the tread. No into the flat, I mean not in between the tread, into the top of the tread, and then we dug out. I dug out that shard, and the shard came out that was an inch long, and the rest of it just crumbled. So it was like a spear going through the top of the tread.
Slow down, Cobber.
Oh, good. Well, that has now proven to me the value of a tyre pressure monitoring system. It did its job absolutely perfectly. Driving along, get a flat, warn, pull over, watch it go flat, sort it out, no possibility of tyre damage. And what's now, the best part about it now is, if it starts going again, I know it's going to warn me. So I can now monitor it and check that my repair has worked while I'm driving. From being fairly ambivalent towards tyre pressure monitoring systems, I'm now sold on them. Oh dear.
This makes for an excellent time to start talking up Cooper.
Yeah, I've been chatting to Cooper, also thinking about Mickey Thompson. Not that I don't think those other tyres would have done better than this, to be honest with you. I just got unlucky. However, maybe they're right, but I've used these KO2s for years. They're fantastic. They do a really good job. So I can't read anything into it and say, oh, no.
That's an iconic little Aussie backcountry creek. That's pretty.
Quick stop in a pretty place. Check the tyre. The tyre is not going down according to the monitoring system. She looks fine. Looks fine. I just want to confirm, blokes, in Australia, hot and dry, time for men to be men. Let's go and have. I mean, we really deserve it.
Real men deserve it. Scones.
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 Scones. In America, it's scones.
Scones in America.
Yeah, but guys, we're not in America. We're in Australia. And
I
it's
don't care.
scones.
I didn't expect this. Who would have thought?
It's an oasis.
It's an oasis.
I noticed when we had arrived a rather banged up Land Cruiser 105 near the entrance. It looked like a recent accident.
Look at that.
I was right.
Went down 70 kilometers down the road and bang, that's what happened.
Oh,
Look at the bull by he put the rubber.
so they were both bulls
Both in
were
the
on
road.
the middle of the road.
Yeah, two of them. Double banger. And one walked over to the gully there and died. And the other one is just not far, just standing around. Badly bruised. And the manager went over this morning and shot the other one. It's no good. Both of them got bangled up in that. How we doing?
At least you're okay.
I had a seatbelt on.
And the next thing you're on your roof, and you know.
I had a seatbelt on. I was doing 40 kilometers an hour. Look, things happen. You're like,
Oh,
you
no.
don't know.
No.
You're like, you know?
Life happens.
I had luck yesterday, but it was all bad.
Just crazy man.
Radio check. Is my mic working?
Affirmative.
Fantastic. Welcome to KBLX 102.9, The Quiet Storm. Tonight we're going to be listening to Sadal Watanabe on the piano and Clam on bass. sit back and relax, enjoy a glass of wine, and enjoy as we play some, well, you know, relaxing music as we drive down the road and let you drift off into the sunset. Again, this is 102.9 KBLX, The Quiet Storm. Take care.
Back this morning on the road, and suddenly the traffic is just like, we've seen 30 cars in the last, been on the road for an hour. Suddenly very, very busy. Not sure why, but this isn't why I go travelling overland. To me, lots and lots of vehicles on a gravel road is just, it's just dust, and the purpose of overlanding is to get away from people, and I don't mind a few people here and there, but yeah, I'm just finding this, it's beautiful countryside, but not spectacular.
So it's definitely time to find a lonely campsite.